Burn at the Inverleigh Recreation Reserve. The umpire holds the ball aloft. Kieran Fulton, James Hybens to do the first ruck contest, and Fulton does get it down. The handball came out towards centre wing. Spilling get kick away for Bannockburn towards half forward. Jarks comes out, rides a bump, gets the right foot kick around the corner towards Miller, who runs back with the flight of the footy. Also de Blasio back there. Hybens helps out. Cations gets the handball over the top. If it sits, they might be away. They can't pick it up though, and it might have to come back through a couple of people for the Hawks. They get it back to Hybens, who gets around one. Now he can go wide. It might be okay towards Lock Perrott, who takes the mark. Off a step, left foot kick to half forward. Was okay. Was that a push? The umpire said yes, it was. And Crawley has called it's called advantage play on, and hit the post. The coach has run into an open goal and hit the post. Adam Donoghue. So the first score of the afternoon to Inverleigh. Quick kick in, short to Harding, right in the back pocket. He goes short, back up the ground to Bowden, who takes the mark. So only about 25 out from goal. The mark stands. He goes short again. It's all right. And mark taken.
So that's his slop.
Is that his slop?
Yeah, it is.
His slop goes with a left foot kick, but might have turned it over to Blasio. Good punch away. Falls the front. Drew tried to stand up in the tackle. Got the ball away. Now around quickly. Short little kick around the corner. That came from Platt. He goes up with a kick towards full forward. The umpire will come in and ball it up about 30 out from the Inverleigh goal.
So Hybens is pushed down to do the ruck work, and with him is Fulton. Ball comes out of the contest, runs towards the pocket, picking the ball up with Bowden. Had to go back and collect it a second time. He's over the top. Umpire's allowed things to run at the present time. He's still standing back. He's waiting for it to come out. He's given it plenty of time, and he is going to ball it up.
Smitty, have they got a short forward line?
Inverleigh.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of height anywhere across the ground other than Hybens if you look at their size. De Blasio is probably their next big blokes. But Casey, Meehan and Baxter would be there, but they're not playing. So the ball's gone to the half back line or half forward line. Donoghue picks the ball up, left foot, goes back towards the goal square. Numbers with Bannockburn over the top, and mark is taken. And away comes Stevenson, takes a bounce, takes a second bounce and runs towards the defensive 50. Has plenty of time to look forward, looks at his options, goes towards centre wing. De Blasio is back. Spoil from behind was Spiller, toes to Perrott. Now in the hands of Best. He loads up the barrel off the side of the boot, and that will carry to the pocket. Mark be taken there by BJ Harding. So Harding now for Bannockburn brings the ball back round the clubroom side of the ground. It goes to Jervis out in front, takes a mark. Defensive 50 still though. Chips back inside. Risky football. The kick comes off. It was okay. Stevenson marks and he goes to the centre wing. De Blasio going back with the ball. Knocks it over the boundary line and it'll be thrown back into the field of play. A throw in to take place on centre wing.
He went down like a shot duck, didn't he? But he got up pretty quick.
Thrown back in by the umpire. Front position, Hybens taps it down. Blink Peters is there, but Hybens on hands and knees tries to win the ball away. It was Peters that emerged with it. Ball goes over the boundary line. Umpire says it's going to be another throw in to take place.
It's going to be hard for Jimmy Hybens if he has to keep taking them ruck contests down. He's got to cover a lot of the ground.
Thrown back in by the umpire once again. Hybens again front position, but it was Fulton over the top. Taps it further afield. Went towards Best. Kicks it off the ground. Support from Grozdanovsky. This is Dan. Handballs over the top. Comes back outside. Finds Templeton, I think it was. Got the handball back to Grozdanovsky. Back towards De Blasio, was it? Or Donoghue? No, it was Alford actually. So the ball comes back towards centre wing. And it's not being picked up there by Jervis at the present time. But he takes a forward roll and comes out with the ball. He's jumped on the top. And they're going to win a free kick on centre wing. So on centre wing, the ball now with Connor Jervis. Kicks the ball into the forward line. Well, it's not going to be anyone else with mark, but Dan Gross is the only one that actually went for the ball, and he takes the mark. Handballs to the running player outside. Cations on the right boot, goes back towards centre wing and McEwen. McEwen can't take the mark, was interfered with, so he will take the free kick. So John McEwen is on centre wing. Stevenson standing the mark.
Just gotten his way enough for no 50 and give his teammates time to catch up.
Kicks the ball towards the half-forward line. Crawley doesn't take the mark. Hislop couldn't take clean possession. Picked up by Bowden. Got the handball out towards Tyquin. Runs towards the boundary line and over. And there will be a balling to take place not far from where we sit in the commentary box. So ball to be thrown back in. Conti looks like he's got the job on Jackie Broman here. Ball is tapped down. Tyquin over the top of it. Bowman's there, picks it up, tackled by Hislop, and it's taken to the ground. Umpire says there's going to be the ball coming back to him. So we've gone 5.5 minutes first quarter. It's 1 behind 2 Inverleigh. Bannockburn yet to score.
Hybens gets it down to the back of the pack. Soldic on the ground now. Left foot kick inside 50. BJ at the back though. Harding for Bannockburn takes an uncontested mark, switches the play out wide. Finds Parsons off a step, goes to half-back. Bowden across there, doesn't sit for him. Donahue runs past it as well. Bowden got a second effort at it. He runs out of room in the end. And it's over the boundary line for a throw-in. Centre wing out of side. Hybens and Fulton come across to do the ruck work. Throw in now. Fulton from behind. Hybens got the hand to it in front. Ball spills towards Donahue again. Tried to put the tackle on. Now Vickers gets it away quickly to Link Peters. Goes one-on-one inside 50. Getting back there, Dan Groz. Couldn't take the mark. Off hands now. Kick around the corner by Tom was good. And he found Jacques, who played for an Academy Award free kick and didn't get one. About 15 out from goal. A slight angle. So a chance for Bannockburn's first of the afternoon. So Brent Jarks comes in. Northern end of the ground. Right foot kick. Goal umpire says all clear. So his first, Bannockburn's first of the game. 1 straight 6, the Tigers. The Hawks 1 behind. Buckley's Entertainment Centre first quarter scoreboard. 7 played.
Quite a bright start to the game, actually. It's good to watch. I'm just waiting one day for this bloke to explode, this Jarks. He's got as much talent as anyone running around. He seems to do it quarter here, quarter there. I'm waiting for him to just go bang one day and kick about 10 and really show us how good he is, because he can play football, this kid.
Lockie Perrott done for the day. Calf.
Oh, no.
Ooh. Back in the middle we go. Hybens, Fulton, over the top. Fulton taps it down. Bowman again, clearance, goes back into the forward line. McEwen comes out, doesn't trap it this time. Over the top, I think it was Kelly, but Stevens it was. Boot from Hislop, comes back towards centre wing. Soldic picks the ball up, goes back to Bowman once again. Back to Ryan Soldic. He's tackled, brought down in a tackle. Hetherington, good chase. And the free kick will go to Hetherington. Jackie Broman's out by himself, but he hasn't even looked that way yet. He's now going to go long down the middle, puts a bit of pressure on himself, goes to Hislop on the right boot. Kick into the half-forward line was poor. Was it marked? Yes, it was. No, the umpire hasn't called. It said play on. Must hit the ground, he said. And he had no prior opportunity to get rid of it. So I think it was Alford that was... No, it wasn't. It wasn't Alford. Who was it? Soldic again, was it? Can't see. Oh, no, Dan Groz.
Wasn't asking, yeah.
So it's back at the centre-half forward position for Bannockburn. This time Miller does the ruck work. Ball comes out the back and away through Best. Takes a bounce, a little bit of dash. Kicks the ball towards centre wing. Kick was poor. McEwen, though, able to run onto it. Goes to Soldic by hand. Round the boundary line. Goes towards Crowley. Picked up by Bannockburn, and they go forward back into the middle of the ground. Smilovic sits under it and takes the mark.
So Smilovic now. Hyman stands the mark in front. Just inside the centre square. Goes with a little right foot kick over the top. Oh, 3 Hawks players there. They raffle it. Comes to Cations off half back. Handball to Hybens in the middle. Gives it away. Robbie Logue running past. He's wrapped up. Just gets rid of the footy. McEwen had it, lost it, got it back towards Logue again. Under pressure from Bannockburn in the middle. Little kick came out towards centre half forward. Handball though was Mr. Target. Inverleigh now. Oh, Cations. He missed the coach. Donahue tried to get it back towards Dan Groz at half back. Tom puts the pressure on him. Has he hatched it? The umpire said no. It's held to him and we'll have the ball up.
It's always a good thing to give it to the coach, but don't put him under any pressure.
So ball up. Right half forward for Bannockburn. Point of the centre square. Tap down. towards half forward for the Tigers. They can't pick it up though. Little toe poke off the ground for INVERLEIGH. Back towards the boundary line. Best he can't keep it in. Smilovic over there as well. And we will have a boundary throw in. About 70 around from the Bannockburn goal. Breeze going across the ground. So the boundary umpire pushing the ball back into the breeze. Over on that eastern side of the ground. He throws it in now. Fulton used the body, tried to thump it away. Chopped off to the front. Peter's got a quick kick, but only as far as Alford goes short. And they've got some numbers out here in INVERLEIGH. If they can get the ball out wide, they can. Drew doesn't take the mark, but got a bit of time. Right foot kick over the head of Crawley. And Bowden takes the mark. In the last line of defence for Bannockburn. Just holds it up. Terrible kick off the boot towards Hetherington. Sets him a task. Sold it. Got some support. Through again. Handballs it away. 50 out low. Normally pretty good from here. Left foot kick. Doesn't make the distance. And Stevenson goal keeps and takes the mark. He chips the ball short to Kelly. Just in the back pocket. And Fitty for running over the mark there. And that was Henry Collins who ran over the mark. So he's given away 50 metres for INVERLEIGH. So Nathan Kelly will come down towards centre wing. It's a good 50. Jeez, a very good 50. So Kelly's on centre wing now. And he goes long with a kick towards half forward. Smilovic holds out at the back. He might pick up the footy in the end. He does. Then he gets ripped off the football. He loses it at the back, but it's okay. Kick quickly out of the pack. And who was that? That was Gillies. So he kicked one behind. So they go to 1-1-7, Bannockburn. They lead INVERLEIGH 1 behind. Buckley's Entertainment Centre first quarter scoreboard, 12 minutes played.
Doesn't look that big for me, does he?
No. So the ball to be kicked in from the fullback position now. And it's INVERLEIGH. Might be Timberland doing the kicking in duties from back there. Looks like he's going to come clubroom side of the ground. He goes short. Ooh, kick was dangerous. It's hit the ground. Picked up there. Gillies takes it. Takes the tackle. Gets the handball out of Spiller. Goes to, the ball ends up in the hands of Broman from 25 right down in front. And Jackie Broman kicks the goal. And he will come straight to the bench. By it looks like it was a change that was about to happen. So Bannockburn now to 2-1. INVERLEIGH are 1 behind. We have ticked on 12 and a half minutes first quarter. Buckley's Entertainment Centre first quarter scoreboard.
Well, I think he's pretty economical, Broman, because I reckon that's his first touch.
Yeah.
1 touch for 1 goal, come off the ground, have a spell. And they just look a little bit sharper around the packs, Bannockburn. I think INVERLEIGh, I tell you what, I like Best, without Seddon and Hutchie and that, I think Best will play better. He'll be back to his best, but I reckon they have to be where he is off that half-back flank where he just runs and runs, because no one can catch him.
So back to the middle. Hybens and Fulton. Fulton gets it down towards Tyquin. Spiller runs into him. Coming off the wing. Quick kick came out by Mick Groz. Still in the middle in dispute. Grozdanowski comes in again, puts the tackle on. The umpire will come in and ball it up. So a couple of quick goals for the visitors. Ball up, Fulton. Hyben's got his hand to it. Peters at the back. Gets the right foot kick towards half forward. Jarks couldn't take the mark. Smilovic ran in front. Couldn't take it with him.
Oh, you can't do that.
Now Dan Groz. Handball to Mick Groz. His handball, though, chopped off. Bowden somehow got a handball through the middle and is okay. They go forward towards full forward. Gillies. And that kick came from Robinson. And it's through for 1 behind to Bannockburn. They go to 2-2-14. Lead INVERLEIGH 1 behind. 14 minutes played in the first term.
So going from the fullback position, they're looking to play on quickly. They do so now. And they run from the square and kick the ball out wide. Ooh, I'll tell you what, it's dangerous. Was it touched? I don't think it was. It's going out of bounds. So there'll be a free kick to Bannockburn just on the forward 50. So the ball will come back into their forward line through Smilovic on the far side of the ground. So he loads up, he goes to the top of the square. Tom is in front, over the top. Mark not taken. Picked up, Dan Groz it was again, got the handball away. De Blasio goes back to De Blasio by hand, put him under pressure. The ball turns over. Dangerous position, and it runs over the boundary line. So it'll be thrown in beside the behind post. So Gillies looks like he's going to do the ruck work down there. Hyben still doing it for Bannockburn, for INVERLEIGH. Ball comes out the back, picked up again. Templin puts boot to ball. Goes back towards his half-back position. Marcus not taken. Kelly couldn't take it cleanly. Out the back it comes. Picked up Collins. Got the handball away. Favoured his team. Nicky Walsh was trying to run onto it. Standing there was Stevenson. He couldn't pick it up. Ended up in the hands of Jervis. He picks the ball up. Goes back to the half-forward line. Standing underneath it was Best. Didn't take the mark. Picked up by Tom. Got the handball to Vickers. Was tackled from behind. And a good chase there from Best. And he will be rewarded with the free kick. Goes to the far side of the ground again. Collins out there in space by himself, but the ball will run over the boundary line and will be thrown back in. Bannockburn, as we said, 2-2. Inverleigh 1 solitary behind. Thrown back in by the umpire. Fulton front position. Goes towards Cations, didn't pick it up, but tapped it to the advantage of Collins. Ball remains in the field of play. Picked up by Bannockburn now, and the boot to ball was Tyquin. Went round the boundary line, but then out of bounds on the full. And a free kick will go back to Inverleigh, and I think it's Best once again on the far side, near the scoreboard here at Inverleigh. Comes back inside to file it. Short kick, dangerous, was okay. Little high, and free kick will go to Grozdanowski. No advantage being paid, so back to Dan Groz. He's been good so far.
Been
a few
very
touches. Best again gets
6.
the handball out the back. So Best now short, goes across the ground towards Templeton. Mark not taken. Ball runs over the boundary line. Not too sure there's a free kick there, but he's been paid the free kick. So Templeton now from the half back line for Inverleigh. Will go back short. Kick okay. Mark is taken out there. Condi. So he goes towards centre wing. Kick was short, over the top, picked up by Ryan Bowden. He goes back into the forward line. Good kick towards Gillies, and he takes the mark. And he would be about 40 metres out. And will go back and shoot for goal. He had a couple of shots himself from that position pre-game. Simply put it at the left-hand goal post and let the wind do the work. That's what he did. I watched him while you were watching Jason Tom. So Gillies now steps in. Nice easy approach at goal. Kicks at goal. He didn't start that at the left-hand goal post, and he's missed it. And it's through for a minor score. So here's 2 behinds, Tom Gillies. Bannockburn now 2-3. And at the 17.5-minute mark, it's Bannockburn 2-3. Inverleigh 1 solitary behind.
Well, it is easier before the game when there's no pressure on. They seem to kick goal after goal, but find it hard once they get into the pressure of the match itself.
Short kick into the back pocket, the Hawks. Oh, they switch it back. Best goes across the face of goal to Templeton. So right next to the behind post, he takes the mark in the back pocket. McEwen gave him a lead. He goes short to Soldick along the boundary line. It's okay. Takes the mark. Got Drew. He's got Hybens long. He's going to go back to the goal square though. They're going to try and switch the play, are they? They're trying to, but Bannockburn playing good defence here.
Come down the middle, right?
He's going towards half back, but, well, it's not bad in the end. Elford made it good, took the mark at defensive 50. Plays on quickly, goes long towards centre wing, over the back. Was that a mark? Free kick.
Free kick the other way.
Kelly taking the free kick. Defensive side of centre wing on the outer side. Called to play on, does now. Kick off the boot, wasn't crash hot. Goes towards Cations, or he put a high tackle on. He lost the football. Broman will take the free kick. Centre wing on the outer side, drives it long towards Tom. Got the sit at the back and takes the mark. And we'll shoot for goal from 30 out slide angle.
I'm glad I suggested he went forward.
Yeah. No. So somebody who knows
Just
what they're talking about in
chuckle
here.
up the end here.
So Jason Tom.
It all comes to fruition, doesn't it, when you can see why a bloke gets sacked.
So Jason Tom for Bannockburn's third this afternoon. He comes in. Right foot kick. Goal umpire says
Never
all
moved.
clear. So his first of the afternoon. Bannockburn go to 3-3-21. They lead Inverleigh 1 behind. Buckley's Entertainment Centre first quarter scoreboard. 19.5 played.
You know, if they can keep those two blokes up there, and I know he played really well on the wing the first half against Belmont, but you get two tall, good players like Gillies and Tom both in the forward line, They're going to be a nightmare for some sides, especially the sides that haven't got big backs. Like Werribee are in big trouble with those two blokes up there.
Don't forget Miller's up there as well.
Yeah. So they're very big.
So back in the middle we go again. It's Broman that's trying
high.
to win possession of the ball. He was taken a little bit high. Free kick goes to Jackie Broman. Robbie Logue was trying to head towards goal. So Blake Miller must be in there doing some ruck work at the present time. So he goes wide. Spiller is out there by himself. He takes the mark. Has runners inside but doesn't use jerseys. He said he's himself.
I think he was going to use jerseys, but he dropped the footy.
So now Spiller goes down the line towards the half-forward line. Gillies tries to push de Blasio underneath the ball, but de Blasio gets hand in and knocks it over the boundary line, so we'll have a throw-in.
It's good to see de Blasio playing. He would have been devastated last year not getting a game in the grand final. He shows a bit of character coming back and playing again. I'm glad to see him, actually.
So just outside the forward 50 for Bannockburn. As we said, Miller doing the ruck work. Hyman's still in there doing some work. I'm not too sure who his cutout will be.
No.
Well, usually Dan Gross usually gets a cutout in the ruck at some stage. Cations knocks the ball further afield. Interception was there, picked up Spiller, goes out the back into the hands of Tyquin. Little kick back towards the half-forward line. Broman positions himself in front of the pack. Doesn't take the mark. It's play on, says the umpire. Ball comes out, picked up there by Hybens, who puts the ball back towards centre wing. Goes back towards Kelly, can't take the mark. Crowley is there. The ball runs over the boundary line. And there's going to be another throw-in to take place. Centre wing, far side of the ground.
You might get away with Dan Gros against some sides, but not a side as tall as Bannock, I don't think.
So Hyman's had front position. Miller reached in and put him out of there. Ball goes towards Robinson. Needs to pick the ball up. Kept it in the field of play. Gets around one. Now two. On the left boot. Goes back towards centre half forward. Gillies presents up at the ball. De Blasio just knocked him off the ball far enough. Picked up Temple and little boot to ball. Goes out. Picked up Broman. Takes the mark. Umpire calls play on. Didn't travel the distance, obviously. And no prior opportunity. So a ball up to take place.
Good umpire on Jamesy.
So ball from Miller goes out the back towards the boundary line. Tyquin steps around one. Little boot to ball. Goes back towards the pocket. But this one's out of bounds on the full once again. And it will be a free kick. Bowman, I think it is. It's down there in the back pocket. Recipient of that ball. So Bowman asked the player now. He kicks the ball towards centre wing. It's going to drift out of bounds on the full. So wind might be stronger out there than we think.
Yeah, well, that took that ball an extra 5 or 6 metres. That did. It's obviously blowing straight across the ground, and that took it out in the full.
So Matty Tyquin is the recipient. A little bit safer this time. Comes in board. Players up. Ball comes back to the front of the contest. Best will run onto it. Now he's got some dash and some space. Takes them on. Takes the first bounce, but then runs over the boundary line.
What's happened back here? Nothing. No.
Ran out of room. Just going back to where he ran over the boundary line. Must have been when he first took the ball.
He must have run over the line a long way back from where we thought.
So back in front of the scoreboard here at Inverleigh. The ball is thrown back in. Hybens and Miller. Miller gets the ball down. Nice roving there. Alford gets the ball from the half-back line, puts it into the half-forward line. Crowley overruns it, picked up by McEwen. Steps, looks back inside. Nice little kick. Will find, and I think that is Drew. That's right. Goes onto the right boot. Has Soldic in space by himself. Now he can turn and run if he wants to. Head towards goal. Loads up. Goes across the face, and the mark will be taken out there. I think it's Collins that has taken the mark on the behind post. So here's a chance for Inverleigh to go back and kick their first of the afternoon. Difficult angle. So he's going to kick round the body. Takes a step, kicks a goal, and hits the post. So 2 minor scores. There's 2 behinds to Inverleigh, and Bannockburn on 3-3. 24 minutes gone, first quarter at the Granny Cycling Sports. No, it's not. Buckley's Entertainment, first quarter scoreboard. Jumped ahead there. They have the third quarter.
Hardy.
Give him a plug now, not later.
From fullback for Bannockburn. Plays on, goes to the outside 50, looking for Broman. Good kick.
Good strength too.
That was good. So Broman led in the race to the footy to Condi. Kick towards half-back Miller. Going to be wrapped up by a couple of Inverleigh players. Ball spills free, pack develops. The umpire will come in, ball it up. So 55 out from the Inverleigh goal. Late stage of the first term, they need one, the Hawks. Hybens, Miller gets it down. Donahue couldn't take it, comes out the back to Soldic, gives it away to Best. This time he's got a bit of space to run. Goes the right foot kick, but it holds up in the breeze. And Hislop read it the better. Took the mark for Bannockburn. Inside defensive 50 now, goes the left foot kick towards centre wing. Good mark, Best. Did well, stuck the hands up and took the mark under pressure. Running back, goes towards McEwen. Broman at the back. Oh,
high,
he
said high.
So McEwen will take the free kick. Has to go back over his mark. Just inside the centre square. At half forward for Inverleigh. Off a step, out wide. And Crawley had 3 against him. Bowden was one of them. Got it back to Parsons. Little short kick to Broman across 50. He's Joel Selwood. He gets hit all the time.
Yeah, he does.
High. Broman. Gets it across half-back. Tyquin takes the mark. Just inside defensive 50 still for Bannockburn. He chips the ball further across the ground to Harding. Creates a bit of space for BJ. Goes with the right foot kick over the top. Measures it to Hislop. Plays on. Gets Harding running past. Gives him the 1-2. Now goes with a right foot high kick towards half forward. But it should be Inverleigh there. Ill-directed kick. And the Hawks across half back. Goes short to Cations. He takes the mark. He's got Soldic in the middle by himself. He thought about it, and then he called to play on. He probably should have gone there. He does get there in the end. Soldic made it better than it looked. Gives it to Donahue. Handball over the top. Set a bit of a task for Alford. Just a tumbling punt towards half forward. Oh, that's a high tackle from Mick Groz against Harding. And he'll take the free kick, BJ, across half back for Bannockburn. Mick Groz not happy, but he gave the ball, the free kick away. 3-3-21, Bannockburn. Inverleigh 2 behinds. We played 27 in the first term.
Harding in between half back and centre wing, delivers the ball to centre wing. Kelly takes a mark and has got some space in front of him, so he plays on. Goes long into the half forward line. Fulton front position going back. Mark was not taken. Robinson had front position and took the free kick and or mark, and it's now played towards the goal square, but time has been called. And Jarks gives the ball back to the umpire. So at quarter time, it is 3-3 to Bannockburn. Inverleigh 2 behind. Goal kickers for Bannock are Broman, Jarks and Jason Tom.
So it's the Tigers, 3-3-21. They lead the Hawks 2 behinds at quarter time. We'll take a break. Come back second quarter Anzac Day football after this on 94.7 The Pulse.